Let me. Where's my stuff? So I decided to make. I haven't done in quite a while. Just chatting, just me in front of a camera, talking about nonsense, complete nonsense for 2 or 3 hours. Buy my t-shirt. Buy my t-shirt. Blog. I just heard something pretty cool. Pretty cool. I'm gonna get into it a bit later though, because we have to milk it. No, I don't think I'm gonna milk. Just stalling? I don't think so. Well, I'm just need to prepare my stuff first. I should have done this. And wait, can you guys even hear me? Let me check if. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good. Oh, let me see if I can put some music on, because fuck the MCA. What about some. Dude, I started really liking. Why is my camera so unclear? So unclear. It's fucking 4K camera. The fuck? The fuck? Let me do this and this and this. I started liking playing piano. So I checked learning. I tried learning it. I learned a bit, and then I looked online for paying a teacher to get some hours, and to teach me properly how to play the keys and stuff, and I don't know, suggest a few songs or practicing or whatever. But they're quite pricey. Quite pricey. What, £20 per hour? Jesus, I'm not even making that much. The fuck. But at some point, maybe I'll be able to afford. Maybe. Be really cool. Play some piano. I heard some really cool songs which I'm going to play, and I really hope that you guys can hear it. Let me see if you can hear me correctly. Yes, you can hear me. Let me. Where's the song? So we're going to have this as a background noise, and let's see if yeah, it's a bit loud. Sounds beautiful. Yeah, beautiful. Playing piano. I love that. I started loving it. Love it. I'm normally very good with my hands, so yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be really good at it. I'd love to try it at some point. I even downloaded a few mobile apps with piano keys, and they teach you which ones you're supposed to press at what time, and you press them and you compose songs and you make up songs and stuff. Good stuff. Really fun, really fun. And being creative, it's also a very healthy thing. It's a very healthy thing. And let me should be higher. So heard something really good. I heard a good one. If God doesn't exist, who decides who gets cancer and who doesn't? So that was something. Yeah. But I'm open to discussion. I'm open to discuss whatever you guys want. I'm kind of wanted to make sure if you guys can. Hopefully, it's not too loud. The music. And yeah, a bit louder. There you go. I have quite a few topics ready to discuss, but at the same time, because obviously this is going to be just me talking to myself in front of the camera for 2 hours, more or less. So I would very much like to, if you have your own topic, if you want to discuss about your own thing, I'm very much open to that. But if not, then I'm just going to talk to myself. I'm not very good with that, but I'm going to try anyway. I've done this before, and there's always some quiet moments, you know. I mean, you talk for a while, but then, you know, you get kind of running out of ideas of, I don't know. Sorry about the background noise. I mean, we're going to play a game called How Long Is It Going to Take to Hear the First Sirens? Because you get here where I live, it's ridiculous. It's quite a central area and next to the main road, which means they hear the ambulance, the police, fire brigades, one after another one. It's ridiculous, like the end of the world, and one after another one. So I'm gonna play a game called How Long Is It Going to Take Until You Hear the First Sirens? Okay. Now let me see how you guys. Not bad, not bad. I love piano songs. Okay, and beautiful. And what was I talking about? Fuck knows, I don't know. Yeah, but I have a few things prepared to discuss on my own, because it's just going to be me talking to myself for a few hours. And I will very much prefer if you could bring your own discussion, or if whatever it is that you want to talk about. It'd be brilliant if you could bring your own topic and just say what bothers you. Maybe you're not happy with company, maybe you think about making complaints, or I don't know. You want to talk about cars, you want to talk about wait, let me change this. Okay. You want to talk about working out, maybe nutrition, maybe about gaming. Hence, we're on a gaming platform. You can talk about anything you want: technology, society. How messed up this society that we live in is. It's ridiculous. You see a lot of uneducated people being stupid on purpose sometimes. Oh yeah, someone tried to steal my bicycle today. I was at Lidl, did some shops, came out, my bicycle was almost damaged. They tried to steal it, but they couldn't, because I have my padlock with like chains, like strong chains, and yeah, they just changed their gears. They tried to ram it, they tried to do some damage, but I fixed it. Fuck 'em. Dude, if I was, that poor guy, if he was there when I came out and I was seeing him doing something like that, he would have been probably on the ground, call the police and get him the fuck out, maybe teach him a lesson, because that's very antisocial, not appropriate, not nice, not positive, not nothing. It's not something you don't do, just things like that you don't do. And yeah, so like I said, you can bring your own discussion. Feel free to talk about whatever you want, whatever you feel like. Talk about sex, I don't mind. It could be educative. Could talk about religion, could talk about politics, could talk about most taboo topics. I don't mind. Maybe I could give some positive, some helpful advice. That'll be good. Take my glasses off. Yeah. So that's kind of the plan for this stream. See the first sirens. How long was it? 5 minutes? Told you. It's going to play at some point. Yeah. even closing the window is not going to be that quiet. You can still hear. It's like the end of the world sometimes. It's ridiculous. Just one after another one running around. It's like playing chase. It's like makes you feel like we live in apocalyptic times. Should I close the window? See the difference? Yeah, small difference. Yes. So I don't know what you guys would like to talk about. There's a lot of people in here. I'm very surprised. I can barely see the chat moving. It's moving so fast. I can barely see what you guys are saying even. Yes, but I have been playing. I used to play GTA 5 a lot. I used to play on a daily basis. I was obsessed with it. Obsessed with it. Wait, I forgot to add some songs to this from Adele. She has some very nice piano songs, right? You could hear piano in some of her songs. Let me see if I can find, because I have them somewhere. Nope, not here. 1 second. Music. Adele, is it 1 or 2 L's? I think it's 1 L, isn't it? 1 L? 1 L, yes. I have remixes as well. So I'm not going to put the remix because I don't hear much of the piano in remixes in general. I'll be talking shit about depends, I don't know, depends on the song. So I'm gonna close this and we'll leave the restaurant to play. So what do you guys think about political correctness? Kind of restricts having a clear, precise view. Kind of directs your thoughts on how to think. I'm a bit against it, to be honest, because you have more freedom when freedom of speech is important, and facts are more important than feelings, I believe. I strongly believe that. With having so much political correctness, I've seen in quite a few cases, if not in general, it's the case that you are supposed to care a lot more of what other people feel, how if you're upsetting others or whatever, and care a lot less about facts, which is not rational, not mature. I'm a bit against it, and we'd like to know your opinion about it. Yes, so we could talk about that. We could talk about so many other things. I don't think I'll be able to upload this video on YouTube actually because of the copyrights. Yeah, fuck it. So, yes, I was saying about GTA 5. I used to play it a lot more often. I used to play on a daily basis. But it's been, I think, about 2 months since I played it last time. And I tried it today again. It was quite fun. Smashed a few cars, removed the bonnet and the trunk side thing, doors, and it was looking really fun. Like WRC rally type of thing I was doing. It was really fun. And just start with people having fun together. It's really good fun. The game, especially if you have friends. I mean, all games are fun if you have someone to play with, but even so, it's still fun. And also another thing that I haven't done in a long time is eating fast food twice a day. Some fast food didn't went that well. I feel full, feel like exploding. And I remembered why I don't eat fast food. It's just alone that feeling is not very healthy. I rarely eat it. I just eat home cooked or pre-made food, but fast food a bit less, and it's a bit pricey as well. Yes, I haven't done that. Last time, when did I ate last time fast food? I think it was about, when was it? 3-5 months ago. Yeah, I can't even remember. At least 5 months ago. But yeah, probably try it a bit more often, like once a month maybe. I don't know, just a feeling that gives you that you're bloated, like you're like you're full, you can't eat anymore, you just like you feel like you're going to explode. It's not a very good feeling. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna buy anytime soon any more fast food. I wish I was able to exercise more, just a bit. I don't know. There's even there's a bit sad. See, most Adele songs have piano. Very nice and classy. I'm just want to check how you guys hear me, if you can hear me. Yeah, very nice. Yes, so I don't know what else can we talk about. We could talk about so many things. I've heard a lot of discussions, something that always fascinated me. And another siren. Forgot to place bets on when you're going to hear it next time. Well, something that fascinates me a lot for quite a few years now, and I've got to the bottom of it just like with anything else, is debates between creationism versus evolution. Which one is it, and why do you think that one of the two is more correct, more real than the other one? Very interesting. Kind of dividing people, sadly. There's a good question saying that, can atheists be good people? Can it be good without God? Was the question. Can it be good without God? And what do you guys think the answer is? Well, I mean, it's pretty obvious that some atheists are putting Christians or other religious people to shame. Like, of course, you can be a very good person without God. You don't have to believe in God to be positive. You can still be a good person. But that was the question. I mean, I would like to know answers why you guys believe, but we'll see with time. Yes, so I forgot what. I think I had a song. Yes, I remember. There's a video where the guy playing. There's I mean, some of the tube stations here in London. I don't mind giving my city location. But some of the tube stations, they have pianos, and if you can play it, then obviously feel free to come and play whatever you want, whatever song you want on it. And you see some videos on YouTube with people filming others on how they play. It's very nice, very nice. And that's it's very refreshing because you're stressed, you have your responsibilities, you have so many things in your mind, and then just as you go out of the tube station or coming in, you just sit there and listen for a while. It's very nice, very refreshing. Let me add this song that I haven't. Where is it? No, yeah, this one.
This is your own composition.
I'm going to leave this as it is to play. Wait. Can you guys hear me okay? Just to make sure. Yeah. Just want to make sure that you can hear what I'm saying. Yes, but some of the tube stations, they have a piano, and you can, you can try it if you're good at it, of course. Play for everyone. It's very nice, as you can hear. Yes, so there's so many things I wanted to talk about actually. I was talking about GTA 5 earlier, but you can see about here. Does this look familiar? I was thinking about this a very interesting topic that has been in my mind for quite a few years now, and it's how you deal with losing people around you. Relatives, members of your family, getting used to the idea that both your parents at some point are going to go and you're not going to have them forever. Getting used to the idea that maybe you're not going to have many people that care about you around you, and coming to terms with something like that. So I think it helps to think in advance and be prepared, because if no accidents happen, but I'm just saying if something happens, you're not going to be prepared, it's going to hit you pretty hard. If you're thinking in advance about these things and you're more conscious, maybe it helps the whole process a bit, hopefully. So yeah, it's probably one of the toughest things that one has to think about. Just accepting, it's one of those things, one of those moments when you get hit by reality quite hard, and you realize that we're all mortal, and we don't live forever, and it's good to be aware and be aware of this thing, that you're not going to have all the people around you all the time, and I don't know, I've been asking some people how they feel about that, and someone that was expecting to get a good answer from them, they said to me that they haven't even thought about that. I don't even know, because I was saying I don't know much about them if they still have their both parents, but I only have one left, and I don't know how I'm going to deal with having none. It's going to be quite difficult. But I was just thinking in advance about this and preparing yourself mentally is going to ease that time, that transition. And of course, people exist in this world which don't have, older people that don't have their parents anymore, but I know obviously it's a very natural process that people go through, and this is something that's been happening a lot since the beginning of times, but it helps to be aware of it, I believe. Really like to know your opinion. Another thing I wanted to discuss was about aging. You get to see some celebrities, for example, how they aged, and how people in general, even if they're not celebrities, even friends or relatives or whatever, they just one second, please. You see, people get more wrinkles and stuff. I mean, it's obviously no problem. It's again a natural process. It's just that makes you really conscious about how nothing lasts, how we're all going to go at some point, and maybe just do the best while you can, like while you're still together, and have a good time together and enjoy each other's company. That's important. Value those moments. Maybe if you can record them in those moments, and you can capture them in a video and then review them in a few years. Or I'm just saying that's it's a good idea, something that helps a lot. So that's an interesting topic, both of them. I don't know what else to talk about. I have started consuming quite a lot of fizzy drinks. I drink a lot of Pepsis, but at night sometimes, because I drink like 5 of them, one after another one, I stay up late a lot, and because it contains caffeine, sometimes I struggle to go to sleep. But kind of switch. I'm trying to get what is it called? No, it's not punch. It's squash. I think squash is what it's called. So you put with a bit of water. It's like a syrup. Put some water, and then, well, at least it doesn't have the fizziness or the so much sugar in it. At least it's a bit healthier, just a little bit healthier. I don't know. Hopefully. And I used to drink a lot of Red Bulls as well. I used to be addicted. I used to drink maximum was 6 or 7 per day. I forgot one of the two. And I'm pretty glad I stopped that. It was getting ridiculous. But I'm still really like it, but I drink it a lot less now. Mainly because I got tired of it. Kind of went through that phase. And also when you're gaming, I don't know how, I don't see many gamers drink that many fizzy drinks. We don't see them drink actually at all. Some of them they drink water, some of them they drink tea. From where I've seen them, how many people that I follow on Twitch. But yeah, I'm one of the gamers who drink a lot of fizzy drinks, and trying to cut it. I know it's not healthy, but hopefully this is going to be one of those spaces that I can move on after a while. Can you guys hear the piano even? Guys hear? Yeah. Good. Yes, and sweets. I can't get enough of sweets. I mean, I'm consuming a lot of chocolates and stuff, and I don't know how to tone it down a bit. I don't know. Something that I never grew out of. I still like a chocolate here once in a while, and I mean like once a day. I don't know. But you should. I mean, the healthiest thing is that you should burn calories more than you can consume. That's like the best thing if you can do that. So be more active. I cycle, not a lot, but once a day, once every 2 or 3 days. But that's not, I mean, that's a good thing, but it's not very, very good because you only exercise like half of your body. So I'm like, it's my waist, top to my waist, I'm a bit out of shape, and then my legs in a good shape, quite muscly. So it's not good. I mean, you need to find that balance and try running maybe. Maybe if you do running, you can find a balance between your muscle, I don't know what to call, like the mass of your muscles, the totality of them, to equalize them, all of them. So like a nice proportion. So yes, maybe running would be good, and also exercising. But yeah, I need to go more to the gym, but I don't know. There's a few other things that kind of stop me from doing that. So yeah. It's very nice one. It's a professional thing. You can tell. Well, it's that type of more like a pub, more like a bar type of music style. It's not very, I mean, it's not classy or other types of music. It's very nice, very nice. And there's so many things that I could talk about. Mental health, depression, online cyberbullying is quite bad. Quite bad. It's terrible. And it's what makes it even worse, the fact that it's not even censored. It's really annoying how platforms don't use any filters or censoring. People are able to threat others and say the worst things, which is not helpful to anyone. There's an old saying that was going something like this: if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all, or something like that. I don't know if you guys know that, but it was a good saying. And there's a lot, I don't know, bad people bullying and using bad language and stuff. It's mainly because you're behind a keyboard. You're free to say whatever you want, because there's not going to be any negative consequences or any repercussions. So yeah, it's a lot of keyboard kings out there. I really like talking with people, exchanging opinions, and knowing how other people think, and trying to understand others and about their background, their culture, and stuff like that. So I really like to see this stream going somewhere at some point, and get some people in chat and exchange opinions and have interesting discussions, and it'd be really cool to participate in some debates. Or I mean, I watch quite a few. I'm a biggest fan of Trainwrecks TV podcast, Scuffed podcast. It's very interesting topics. Funny, it's very funny, and very interesting, very attractive topics of discussion, and it's very interesting to watch. Yeah, I really love it to participate in some podcasts and communicate with people and exchange opinions and try to understand others. And there's the other thing that is really interesting called epistemology, which is starting understanding how others have got to believe the things that they believe in, what determined them to believe those things. It's fascinating stuff. Yeah, so podcasts in general are quite fascinating. I used to watch, how I started, I became interested in podcasts was with listening to Ricky Gervais podcasts with Stephen Merchant and Carl Pilkington. It's a very funny trio. A bit old now because I think they started doing it in like 2005, the podcast, but they're still very funny if you listen to them. I don't know about Joe Rogan. A lot of people really like him and find him captivating, but I don't know. I try, but it's just not my kind. It's not my type. Really cool to have some people to talk to, and elaborate on a few topics. Yeah, I mean, I'm not very prepared today, but in the future I can think about some specific topics and analyze them and elaborate them for 2 or 3 hours. That would be good on my own, because that's when you start. That's how it normally works on Twitch. If you decide to do just chatting, you're gonna be talking to yourself for hours, and if you don't have a huge following or any other social media, so your audience can move on to your live streams, then you're kind of starting from bottom, and that's kind of where I'm at the moment. But if I show some consistency, I can get some people in here and get a conversation going. That'll be very interesting. I would love that. Yeah, so that's that. I was talking about hope you enjoy that. I was talking with another streamer yesterday about streaming equipment. I was having some issues with my mic, and he was asking what kind of mic is it, where did you got it from, how much, and just investing in streaming in general. But this will be a bit early for me. I got all set. It's last thing I bought for streaming was streaming deck, which I still don't know how to use it. I need to learn how to create the shortcuts and use it properly. Yeah, but of course it's going to be helpful with time, but now it's a bit early for that, and kind of need to set alerts on this software. I've quite a few days ago I made the following alerts, new follower alert. It's quite fun. It's just Peter Griffin saying something. I'm not going to say what, just use it and you'll see. There you go. And it's quite a lot of things that I still need to learn. I know that as a beginner now we don't really have a sub button, but that's important. I'm going to get it, and I need someone to help me with that to create it, and I have quite a few funny videos, like short clips that could play. And I noticed I think there's Pokelos, Pokey, that is a streamer who is a guy, not a girl. I don't mean Pokimane, that's completely different. He has, when subbing, people who sub are able to choose from 5 or 10 videos that they're going to, mini clips that they're going to play while, on the screen as an alert, which is quite a really interesting thing. I would really like to do that if I could. That'd be really interesting. Yes, and it'd be really fun to. It's a bit difficult to do them because I've looked into it and it's not easy at all. They seem quite complex. Well, I know some point, and then I know maybe someone can help me with that also. But it's interesting. Yeah, but I'm still I'm kind of a boomer. I'm trying to understand how everything works, and it's quite a lot more sophisticated than I originally thought. I wasn't really actually thinking as far as those people who think that it's the easiest thing to record yourself while you game because it's just using a camera and you play a game. But that's very close-minded. It's nothing. That's looking at the 10% of what's actually happening. Yeah, but it's quite complex process. So yeah. Yeah, so there's I don't know, I was just thinking about what other topics I could discuss about. There's so many, it's just I'm not very educated or very knowledgeable. I studied for a while in neuroscience, psychology, and with time and with all the things that you learn, you can also come across a few tricks that can trick your brain to thinking and doing specific things. And for example, there was one thing that most people, I don't know if anyone who can do this, just crossing your legs as you sit down on a chair and try to move one of your feet, move them clockwise, and then your finger move it the opposite side, the opposite way. That's almost impossible to do. There's another thing where there's like a test, and this was something that I've heard about 8 years ago, and it's still not accurate. It's not realistic. It's just like a meme where if you could draw one square and one circle at the same time with both hands, 2 pens, 2 papers, with one draw a circle, with one a square. If you could do that, someone's saying that you have a healthy, good brain or something like that. But it's, like I said, it's nothing accurate, it's nothing valid, it's just like a little meme. And there was another one with optical illusions, that you're seeing some circles and it's just basically it's one image, one picture, and if you look at it you see the circles moving. It's like optical illusion. It's quite interesting. But yeah, that's fun, interesting to do with play with some other people. I used to present these little tricks when I was doing some presentation. That's quite fun. Well, at least my professor was having at that time, was at least she was impressed. So yeah. Yeah. So we'd like to know if you want to discuss about something specific. That'll be interesting. Yeah, so like it says in the title, what we want to talk about, bring your own topic, will be very welcomed. I've been playing Ghost Recon Breakpoint. It's quite a fun game, full of glitches, and when I say glitches, like the bad ones where it's not even helpful, it's just frustrating. Struggling to move, you struggle to enter your car because you don't always see the option to press E so you enter the car. Movement, it's a bit restricted when you need it the most, like when in combat. It's a bit sluggish. But other than that, the graphics and customizations are really advanced and really fun, really interesting. I mean, looking very nice and crispy. It's a really fun game. I really enjoy playing it. I'm glad I bought it. It has some really nice views, really nice graphics from top of mountains and stuff. If you're into that, and with sniping to the forest and stuff, that's something that I really like. And it's really fun. You can drive cars as well. There's plenty. I mean, they focused a lot more on customization of your weapons, your character, your teammates, a lot more than on mechanics or other aspects of the game, which is a bit sad. They should have at least spread that type of attention or efforts among all the aspects of the game, so they have like at least a more, hopefully more successful product. But it's not that bad. It's quite fun. And I also been playing Need for Speed Heat 2019, end of 2019. But it's good graphics. I really enjoy it. I always played most. I mean, all of them. I mean, almost. Yeah, almost all of them. All the Need for Speed franchise. Can you call it franchise? Is it a franchise? I think it is. But they're all fun. I always liked customizing cars and driving them and trying the handling, see how it goes. And good fun. Of course, it's not perfect. It's going to have its errors and its issues, but like the music, for example, you can't really, you're going to get tired of the music that they have. It's mainly Spanish music. I don't know why they put Mexican, Spanish. I know why they put specifically just that. There's very few other different, mainly just that. So why you do what I do and what most players do is disable or mute the in-game music and you play your own with an external player on your desktop. And that's how most players do, and it's a lot nicer. What I do, even cooler, a lot cooler than that, is while snapping in the forest in Ghost Recon Breakpoint or driving cars in Need for Speed Heath, I play a podcast, so hear conversation and you snipe people, I mean NPCs and stuff, and it's really fun. It's like the best thing I've discovered. This thing is really, really fun. Just listening to a podcast while you play game. It's incredible because there's not much noise or music in the background anyway, so you kind of fill that void with the podcast. So it's I mean, just focusing on these two things at once. For me, it's very relaxing and very fascinating. I highly recommend that. I also listened when we talked about earlier about podcasts. Bill Burr is a very funny comedian, American comedian, and I listen to his podcast sometimes. He has YouTube podcasts, and he records, I think, once a week. I'm not sure. No, I think more than once a week. But he puts them on YouTube, uploads his podcast, and quite fun. And Patricia O'Neill as well. Patricia O'Neill. I didn't even know about that guy before I came across his podcast. It's talking about women. Very interesting topic. How unexperienced they are with guys, because if they were to attract a guy or seduce a guy, they do much. I mean, doing the first step, it's almost impossible to them because they're not trained in that. They never had to do it, so they're quite bad. I mean, I had a few girls do that to me and sending messages and stuff, but if you see the messages that they say, just saying hi or something like that, that's, as a guy, that's not going to get you anywhere. As a guy, you have to put quite some effort in the first message, so you can impress them to a point where they can reply at least to what you're saying, to your message. But some of the messages, like to give you an example, I received today a message from a girl. She was like, I sent her a message, obviously I sent her first, I've done the first move, and then she sent back, I've sent hi Sarah, Peter, whatever, and she replied back with, hi, I'm Sarah. I know, I just said that, didn't I? But she replied with the same thing that I said, which I'm aware of your name. So yeah, they don't have a game when it comes to hitting on guys, because they never had to do it as easy as that. So when they do it, it's quite funny because you can see how unexperienced they are. But even so, where we start talking about this was with Patricia O'Neill podcast, talking about issues between males and females and relationships, and how quite a few females, there's a trend with quite a few of them being gold diggers pretty much, and how some of the guys decided to go their own way. It's that movement on YouTube called MG Tove, something like that, men going their own way. But it's interesting because you see females marrying guys just for the money, and then they divorce, and then they're left with half of that guy's fortune. So yeah, quite interesting. It's kind of makes you lose faith in opposite gender, or whatever you like. And in humanity as a whole. But I'm not saying everyone's like that, I'm just saying that there are some people who do that. Yeah, so interesting topics. That's Patrice O'Neill's podcast. Very interesting. He's normally arguing with two other people. that they work there. It's like a radio station, I think. It's very interesting to hear them talking about and stuff like that, and because it's not a lot of people talk about that, and it's very good to get educated on subjects that no one talks about, and it helps a lot if you have emotional experience. It pays off a lot. But yeah, I mean, I would really like to know what kind of you guys listen to podcasts. What kind of podcasts? You have a specific topic, maybe. But there's also, of course, scientific debates. You can listen as a podcast, or so many topics. Really interesting to know what you guys are interested in. Yeah. Last night it was so captivating. I don't remember when last time I had like 8 dreams in one night. 8 dreams. I wrote them down just to count them. Interesting. There's another interesting thing about people. I mean, some people say that people who snore, they don't dream. So I'm not sure how accurate that is. Just in some cases, not everyone who dreams. So not everyone who snores doesn't dream. Some people don't dream, but I think the majority who snores don't dream. But it's an interesting topic. So yeah, sometimes I have just 1 or 2, but yeah, I don't know, for some reason last night I had like 8 of them. And I have a quite unhealthy sleeping patterns because I stay up all night and play games and watch other people streaming and watch funny videos on YouTube or documentaries. But yeah, interesting stuff, interesting topics, interesting things to discuss. I was watching yesterday a documentary about Somali pirates. Quite dangerous. And if you thought that today pirates don't exist anymore, yes they do. What's that? Somali pirates. Very interesting. And then I was seeing quite a few videos with them messing with their own ships, like warships. And yeah, things didn't go well for them, but they're mainly being pushed because of poverty. They don't have, I don't even think they have a functional government or a president or something like that. It's a complete mess in that country, and there's a lot of poverty, there's no jobs, so they're kind of forced to do the things that they do and kidnap people for money and ransom. That's what it's called. I learned a new word called ransom. I didn't know that word. Because English is my 3rd language. As you can see in the title, those 3 are the languages that I'm into, because one, the maternal language, you don't actually count it. It's only the foreign ones that you count. Yeah, it was an interesting documentary. I'd like to know what you guys are interested in. If you watch documentaries, what movies you've seen last time, or what games you play, or what your favorite streamers. I haven't watched a movie in quite a long time. I just watch mainly documentaries or listen to podcasts. And David Attenborough does quite I mean, all of them. I don't know if there's one by documentary that he has done, but narrated, that's a word. But yeah, he's done quite a few really good ones and about nature and stuff. So it'll be really interesting to know what you guys are into, what you watch.
Up with it, girl, rock with it. Just you and me.
So, yeah, I'll be streaming for 15 minutes probably. Just kind of wondering if you guys can hear me okay. Is it the music too loud? Music is too loud. I don't know. Also with this player, it's quite loud. Is it too loud? Maybe can you even hear me? What I'm saying? Yeah, it's a bit loud. So I'm gonna listen to that until I don't know. I'm not with another topic. It's just listening to. I used to watch a lot more than now recently. Scientific debates, and it's very, very fascinating to watch scientists defend their arguments and present their arguments very eloquently and intellectually, and the way they analyze their beliefs and stuff is really interesting, and the way they defend their arguments and the way they communicate is fascinating, and so many things that some of them, the knowledge that they have and the books that they read, it's fascinating pulling that all together into debate. It's fascinating to watch. I don't know if you guys are into something like that, but to me it's fascinating because you also get to learn so much, don't you? I've always been attracted to educative programs and people who you get to learn something from them. That's I know it's helpful. I like that. Sure about that? Trying to see how I can put the level of volume level so you can hear me and the music as well at the same time. Yeah, it's not. So yeah, I also started buying. This was like 2 years since for the last 2 years I've been started buying scientific books as well. The last one that I read was also my favorite. It was written by my favorite scientist called John Lennox. It's an Irish Oxford, Cambridge mathematician. He also developed interest into defending Christianity. He's very, very intelligent, and he written a book. This one I was talking about that I really like. It's called Stephen Hawking's and God, and pretty much exposing errors in Stephen Hawking's thinking and books that he's written, whether some of the arguments that Stephen Hawking's had are not very, I don't know how to put this, I don't know, well justified or analyzed or, yeah, but it's a very interesting book called this one. Seven again. The book is called God and Stephen Hawking by John Lennox. It's 100 pages, I think. It's a thin book. Highly recommend it. Quite advanced. It's very interesting terms being used, and yeah, altogether fascinating. I'd like to know about you guys. What games you play? What kind of music you listen to? If you read books? What kind of hobbies you have? If you're playing sports? So many things. So many things.
Up with it, girl. Rock with it, girl. Show them it, girl. With a bang bang. Just you and me.
My favorite type of music that I always enjoy listening to are mainly trance, like with the vocal. I have some really fascinating songs, some fascinating mixes done, and they're really, really interesting to listen. For example, wait, give you Delirium is quite a good one, very famously known. Four Strings, Above and Beyond, Alice DJ, Andy Moore, Armin van Buuren, ATV, Benny Benassi, Lankin Jones, quite a few ones, really good. David Guetta, of course. Darude. I've always been a fan of Darude, and I was very happy to find a few months ago that he's actually streaming on Twitch. And this is like main type of reason I would like to listen. Also jazz, like Adele, Amy Winehouse, Buffy, and quite a few other singers. Very nice classic music. And now more recently, piano songs. Very calming and very deep songs. Yes, that's kind of where I like to listen, where I enjoy the most. Really happy songs. I mean, they just put you in a good mood, don't they? I still have, I think, about 2 books that I haven't read about creationism and evolution, and moral arguments, and trying to differentiate between the two and which one makes more sense. And I haven't read them. I think I still have them for. Probably keeping them for rainy days, I don't know. But I'll get to read them at some point. They're a bit thick as well. It's going to take some time. The reason, my main problem is that when reading books, you don't really store information. I understand that I enjoy for the moment being, but then a few weeks later, if you ask me about it, I'm probably going to forget what I read. I know the book and the title and all that, but presenting, for example, 10 arguments from one book, it's going to be a bit challenging. I don't know if it's something that everyone can do or they cannot do, but I'm definitely not good with that. And remembering a lot out of one book that I read. But that's, I don't know, maybe that comes with experience with the more books you read, the more you learn how to store information and memorize it, maybe? Not really memorize it, but remember it when you need to.
No.
Makes sense because I just started to not have any viewers, so even I tried even making an alert, like invite people from other platforms to watch me, but apparently it's not working. I don't know why. Yeah, kind of need to work on that discoverability. I can't believe it's already September. Where did this year even go? Yeah, the green COVID thing. If you believe in it. I believe it exists, just not as extreme and as serious as it's exaggerated on the TV. I heard quite a few interesting conversations from doctors, for example, who were asking patients, relatives of patients who passed away, they could put the deceased on paper as COVID patients, which was raising eyebrows. And there's conversations I heard from Russia, for example, with this whole thing being like an experiment to see how obedient people the population is. I also heard of conversations in end of 2019 with people from Wall Street selling their stocks and everything because they were told from higher functions that a pandemic is coming, so things were told in advance and stuff before releasing them. And yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not completely natural, not completely accidental. So yeah, food for thought. Would like to know your opinion, what you guys believe. If you're, some people have acquaintances or know people who died because of it, but some people have not heard of anyone close to them that have been affected. So it's quite a mixture. Kind of what do you expect anyway? There was interesting these trends on Twitch. It used to be like Apex Legends as a hype, and then Valorant, then chess, now Fall Guys. And there was, I mean, yeah, quite a few. Very interesting how they come and go, and based on one we had so far, I'm really not looking forward to whatever the next one is going to be. Chess was interesting. Makes you think, it's a bit mind stimulating. At least it's a bit educative, makes you think in a different way than most games. This year has been terrible. We had quite a few people passing away, some of them related, some of them not related to the COVID. Had obviously the COVID and quite a bad year. There's another interesting thing saying in 2010, there's a tweet from Kim Kardashian, ironical enough, with a medium who said 10 years ago that in 10 years there's going to be a worldwide pandemic and it's going to go away. It's going to reappear in 3 years, I think it said, and then it's going to disappear for good. So essentially now it's actually happening what that medium predicted. Because most people laugh at mediums and stuff, but you see sometimes some of them they kind of surprise you with accurate predictions, and they were even saying about this disease that is going to close down a lot of institutes and stuff in countries, even affects lungs mainly, and it's quite accurate. Yeah, I mean you could think that most mediums are just making up stuff just for the money, but there are some of them out there. If you're like a minority who actually can predict stuff, and it's quite interesting how they do it. And I remember even some of these mediums working with FBI or CIA, trying to investigate, helping them to investigate and find out answers to some of the cases that they were not able to elucidate or find the answers that they needed. And some mediums they actually knew with precision. And it's interesting how they do it. It's just some of them have like a higher level of awareness. I don't know what to call it, like a superpower. I don't know. But it doesn't mean it's. A lot of people laugh at mediums, but some of them, like I said, yeah, they can surprise you with the accuracy that they have. I think I'm going to close the stream in about 5 minutes probably. And yeah, kind of was interesting to see your opinions and stuff and on things, but yeah, it's been about the title of the stream, so feel free to read it, comment. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end my stream here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Be kind to one another. Take care. Stay safe. And I'll see you in the next stream. Bye bye.